Hey there internets, I'm Michael and this is Toucan Play That Game, bringing you our second video on Terra Mystica. And in this video you will be able to see an example of this game being played. And if you still need to learn how to set up and play the game, please do check out my previous video. And if you're interested in learning my thoughts and opinions on this game, and of course whether or not Toucan play this game, then please do check out my next video, which will be my review. So, with that out of the way, let's take a closer look at the table for a game of Terra Mystica. And here is the table set up for a game of Terra Mystica. Now, apologies that you can't see both the player boards, but I wanted to give you as good a view as possible of the main board, the cult track, and then at least one player board so you could see what's happening on one of the players' mats. The other player is just off to the side here. This game has been set up with the suggested starting game setup for 2 players. So we've got the scoring tiles that relate to the 2-player game, and also the bonus tiles that they recommend for the 2-player game. And the structures are already out, the dwellings, for a standard setup of a 2-player game. So today I will be the green player here. So I'm the witches, and playing with me I have Rogue. And Rogue is playing as the nomads as per the suggested setup in the book. Now we randomly determined and I'll be going first. So the first thing we need to do before we get into the actual player turns of a round is we need to pick our first round bonus tiles. Now, as first player, I'll be picking last. So Rogue will get to pick first, and she's going to take this one here that will give her an action to dig and 2 income of money. My go, I'm going to take this one here. That will give me 3 power during the income, and means for this round I count as having a sailing value of +1. So that's the pre-rounds stage covered. We now move into the normal flow of rounds. So the first thing we will need to do is our income phase. So my board here, I will get 1, 2, 3 workers. There we go. And nothing else there. However, I will gain 3 power for this, so I move the power from bowl 1, because I have power in bowl 1, to bowl 2. Then Rogue's income, Rogue gets 4 workers. And 2 money. Next, we move on to our actions phases. And I'm going first. The first thing I'm going to do is sacrifice 4 power to move 4 power from bowl 2 to bowl 3. And I will then spend that 4 power to do a single dig. And I'm going to do my dig on this grey space here, which then means I can choose to build a dwelling. And I'll pay the 1 worker and 2 gold to do so. Now, because I've built a dwelling next to Rogue's dwelling here, she can take a power at a cost of the amount of power -1. So in this case, she could take 1 power for 0 XP. So she's going to do that. Next, it's Rogue's action, and she's going to use her dig from her bonus tile and terraform this brown space and pay 1 worker and 2 money to build a dwelling. And I forgot that when I built that dwelling, I should have gained 2 victory points, and Rogue building this one will gain 2 victory points. Because Rogue has built adjacent to me, and I have 2 power worth of structures there, I can gain 2 power at a cost of 1 XP. And I'm going to do that. And it's back round to my go. And I'm going to pay 3 workers to do a dig. And I'm going to turn this blue water space into green. And I'll pay a worker and 2 gold to build a dwelling there, which will gain me 2 victory points. And Rogue can gain 1 power. And we're back round to Rogue's go. And Rogue is going to spend 2 workers and 3 gold to upgrade this dwelling to a trade house. And I can now gain 2 power for 1 XP, and I'll do so. And it's now back round to my go, and I'm going to pay 2 gold and 1 worker to build a dwelling. And I'm going to build it here because I have shipping +1. And that will gain me 2 XP. And it's not adjacent to Rogue, so she doesn't gain any power. Now it's Rogue's go. So Rogue is going to sacrifice 4 power to move 4 power. And then she will spend 4 power to gain 2 workers. Back round to me, I have no workers, so I am going to pass. So I'll be keeping my first player position, and this will go back to the pot. And I forgot to put coins on these during when we took them starting ones, and I can now pick which one I would like. And I'm going to go for this one here that will give me 2 workers and 4 victory points for any sanctuaries or strongholds built at the end when I pass in the next round. So back round to Rogue. Rogue is going to spend 3 workers to do a dig. And she's going to do it on this red space here. And she'll then spend the worker and 2 coins to build a dwelling, which will gain her 2 victory points. And I can gain a power, so I will do so. I've passed, so I cannot take any actions, so we're back round to Rogue. Rogue is now also going to pass, so she'll put back her bonus tile and take one of the others, and she's going to take the one that will give her a worker and 3 power. We then do our cleanup, so we unmark these. No one has 4 on the fire track, so there are no cult bonuses. And that is the end of round. So now we begin round 2 with our income phase. And my income will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 workers. That's 5, 6, plus another 2 workers for my bonus tile. And then that's all I get. And Rogue is getting 5 workers plus an extra 1 for her bonus tile, plus 3 power for her bonus tile, plus 1 power for her trading post, and 2 gold. And then we move on to the actions phase with me going first. And I am going to upgrade this dwelling here to a trading post, which costs me 2 workers and 3 money. And Rogue can take 4 power at a cost of 3 XP. And she's going to do that. And it's now Rogue's turn, and Rogue will pay 4 workers and 8 money to upgrade a trade house to her stronghold. And that will earn her 5 victory points. And will mean in future income phases she'll get 2 power. And she also now has unlocked her racial ability, which when as an action, she can terraform a space adjacent to one of her buildings for free. She can then pay the cost to build a dwelling on it. Background to me, and I am going to pay 6 money and 4 workers to upgrade. Oh, sorry, I could have gained power. I could have gained free power for 2 XP, so I'm going to do that. 1, 2. And I'm upgrading my single trade house to a stronghold, which will now unlock my racial ability, which as an action I can place a dwelling on any green space on the board. And Rogue can get power. She could get 5 power for 4 XP, and she's going to do that. And it is now Rogue's go, and Rogue is going to use a special action to terraform a space. And the space she's going to terraform is this blue one here. And she will pay the 1 worker and 2 money to build a dwelling on it. Which means I can gain 1 power. And it is now my go, and I'm going to use my ability to place a dwelling, and I'm going to place one just here. Meaning it's background to Rogue, and Rogue is going to spend 6 power to get 2 dig, which will enable her to terraform this black space here into a yellow, cutting me off. How annoying. And she will then pay the 2 money and 1 worker to place a dwelling. And it's background to me. Just going to spend 3 power to get a priest. And that brings us back round to Rogue. And Rogue doesn't have much in the way of resources at this stage. So Rogue is just going to pass. So she'll hand this in and she'll get the first player marker. And she's going to take this tile that'll give her 6 money in the income phase. And I forgot to put money on these tiles again, didn't I? Okay, so it's my go, and I'll spend that 2 power to get 2 money. Which means I've then got 3 money and 2 workers. So I'm going to upgrade a dwelling to be a trade house. I'm going to do this one just here. And that means Rogue can get 4 power for 3 victory points, and she's going to do that. Now, Rogue's already passed, so I'll just continue with finishing my turn. Oh, wait, actually, before we go back round to me, I now have 3, 5, 6, 7 power spread between 4 structures, which means I have founded a city. And I'm going to take the town tile, which will give me 8 victory points. And 1 on each of the cult tracks. So 1, 1, 1, 1. And again, 1 power from moving up the air track here. And then I have my priest and I'm going to use that on the air track to go 1, 2, 3, gaining me 2 power. And I'm then done doing any actions, so I will pass. Now I have a stronghold out, so I'll get 4 victory points for that. And I can now take one of the other building cards, and I'm going to take this one here because I want the money. Okay, so we then do our cult bonuses. So Rogue has nothing in air, so she doesn't get anything. I have 6, so I'll gain 3 workers because it's 1 worker per 2 on the air track. And then we clean up. And flip this over, and that is the end of the second round. And starting round 3, we do our income. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 workers for me. And 2 money. And 2 money for that, so that's 4 money. And 3 power. And then for Rogue, she will get 7 workers, 6 money, and 2 power. And this round we will be starting with Rogue. So the first thing Rogue wants to do is use her special ability to terraform a space. I'm just going to terraform this green space and then play 2 gold and 1 worker to build a dwelling there. And then it's my go. I'm going to use my dig from my bonus tile plus pay 3 workers to get an extra dig to do 2 dig and turn this black space here into a green, and I will pay 2 gold and 1 worker to build a dwelling there. And then we're back round to Rogue. Oh, and sorry, I should have got 4 victory points for that because of the score tile. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Rogue is going to spend 3 workers to do a dig. And she's going to dig this red space here and pay the worker and 2 gold to build a dwelling there. And she gets 2 victory points for doing the dig. And I could gain 4 power for 3 XP, and I'm going to do that. And it is then my go, and I'm going to spend 1 worker and 2 gold to place a dwelling. And we're back round to Rogue, and Rogue is going to spend 2 workers and 3 money to upgrade this dwelling here to a trade house. And I could now gain 4 power for 3 XP, but because I don't have that much power here, I wouldn't be able to gain that much. But it is then, oh no, before it's my go, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Rogue has founded a town, and she's going to take town tile that gives her 6 XP, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and allows her to transfer 8 power. So she does that. Then it's background to me, and what do I want to do? Well, I'm going to spend 4 power. I'm going to spend 1 power to get 1 coin, and then 4 power to use a dig action. And I'm going to use that dig on this blue here to turn it into a green, and then pay a worker and 2 money to build a dwelling there. And of course I did a dig, so I get 2 XP. Sorry, 2 victory points. And it's back round to Rogue. Rogue is going to spend 4 power to get 7 money. And back round to me. I use my racial ability and place a dwelling. I'm going to place it just there. And then it's Rogue's go. And Rogue will spend 4 power to get 2 workers. My go, and this time I will be passing. And as I say, I'll take the one that will give me 2 workers in the income phase. So we're left with Rogue to play out. And Rogue is going to pay 5 money and 2 workers to upgrade a trade house here to a temple. And that means she gets a favour tile. She's going to take this favour tile that will give her 1 on the water track and mean that whenever she places a trading post, she'll gain 3 victory points. I've already passed, so it's still Rogue to go, but there's nothing left she can do, so she will also be passing. And she could do with some money, so she's going to take this one here. And then we are at the end of the round, so each player will get 1 gold for their earth track. And we tidy up. And I'm actually going to remember this time, we put coins on the bonus tiles. And that is the end of the 3rd round. Begin round 4 with our income phase. Now I'll be getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 workers. 6, 8. And I already had 2 left over. I'll be getting 2 coins and 3 power. And Rogue will be getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 workers. And 2 coins. And a priest. And 2 power. And that is the income phase complete. So we move on to our actions. And I am the first player. And I'm very short of money. So I'm going to convert 2 workers into 2 money. And then I'll spend 6 money and 2 workers. To upgrade a dwelling to a trade house. And that will gain me 3 victory points. And then Rogue's turn. And Rogue is going to spend 2 workers and 3 money to upgrade this dwelling here to a trading post. And that'll mean I can gain 1 power. And of course, Rogue will gain 6 XP because she also has this favour tile that gives her 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we are back round to me. And I'm going to use my power to place a dwelling. And I'll be placing it off up here, I guess. And then it's back round to Rogue. And Rogue will spend 3 money and 2 workers to upgrade this dwelling here to a trade house, which will gain her 6 more victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And brings it back round to me, and of course I would have gained a power for that. And I seem to be a bit stuffed. So I think I'm going to have to trade all my workers for money. So I'll be trading 6 workers for 6 money. And then I'll spend 6 money and 2 workers to upgrade dwelling to a trade house, getting me 3 victory points. And we're back around to Rogue. Rogue is going to use a priest on the water track here to go 1, 2, 3, and that will give her 1 power. And then it's back round to me. I have literally no resources left. I think I will have to pass, which will gain me 4 victory points. And I will then need to pick what I'm going to take for my next action. And I'm going to take the money. And I'll keep the first player marker. And we're on to Rogue. So Rogue is going to sacrifice 1 power to gain 1 power. And she will then convert that into a coin. And I've already passed, so we're just going to stay with Rogue here. And Rogue is going to use her action that allows her to terraform a adjacent space. And she is going to terraform this grey one here to being a yellow one. And she can pay 1 worker and 2 gold to build a dwelling there. And this then means she has founded a town, as she's got 7 power across those 5. And she's going to take the town tile that'll give her 5 victory points and 6 money. And obviously still staying with Rogue as I've passed. And Rogue is going to pay 2 workers and 3 money to upgrade this dwelling here to a trading post, and that'll get her 6 XP. And we're still with Rogue, and Rogue is going to spend 2 workers and 3 money. Oh, and I could have gained power for that. I could have gained 3 power for 2 XP, so I would have done that. Ooh. So we're both on 50. Rogue has paid the cost to upgrade that dwelling to a trading post, which will gain her another 6 XP. And will mean I can gain 3 power for 2 XP, so I will... No, I won't do that. And I won't have done the last lot because in the income phase I'm going to gain 6 power anyway. And it would be wasted. Rogue will now pass. And I think she's going to need workers. So she's going to take this one that will give her 3 power and a worker. And we now do the end of round. So Rogue has 4 on the water track, so she can do a dig. And she's going to do a dig just here, but unfortunately she doesn't have any workers to build on there. And then we do our cleaning up, and I'm remembering coins. This is a good start. Tidy these up a little. We'll go boop and boop. And that is then the end of round 4. Moving on to round 5's income. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 workers for me. And hopefully I won't have to use them all as money this round. And 2, 4, 6, 12 money. So that should hopefully help me not have to use my workers as money. And 6 power. So that's my income all done. And then Rogue will be getting 6 workers. 1 priest. 11 money. And 6 power. Oh, sorry, 9 power. And going first will be me again. Well, I want to get a temple. So I'm going to pay 2 workers and 5 money to upgrade this dwelling to a temple. And that means, of course, I get a favour token. And I'm going to take the favour token. That will give me 2 on the fire track, which will give me 1 power, which I can't use. It's a shame. And it will mean I only need 6 points of structures to create a city, which I actually already have here, so that means I will instantly create a city. And I'm going to take the one that will give me 5 victory points and 6 coins, so that'll actually be 10 points because it's being witches. And I need to take my 6 money as well. And then we're back round to Rogue. And Rogue is going to use her ability to terraform space, and she's going to terraform this black space here. And she will pay the 2 gold and a worker to place a dwelling. And that brings it back round to me. I'm going to spend 6 power to get 2 dig. And I'm going to dig on this black space here. No, on this red space here. And I will pay 1 worker and 2 coins to place a dwelling. And then back round to Rogue. And Rogue is going to play 4 workers and 6 money to upgrade this temple to a sanctuary, which will mean she gains a favour tile. And she'll take the one that will give her 3 points on the fire track. 1, 2, 3, which gives her 1 power. I'm going to pay 6 money and 2 workers to upgrade this dwelling here to a trade house. And it's Rogue again. Oh, and I forgot to give Rogue her 5 points for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for building her sanctuary. And Rogue is going to put her priest on the fire track. Let's go 1, 2, 3, which gains her 4 power. And it makes it my go. And I will spend 3 workers to do a dig. And I'll turn this grey space into a green one. And I don't have any workers left. So it is now Rogue's go again. And Rogue is going to spend 3 power to get a priest. And then on my go, I'm going to use my racial ability to place a dwelling. I'm going to place one just there. And then on Rogue's go, Rogue is going to use this priest. She's going to go on the brown track. 1, 2, 3, which will gain her 1 power. On my go, I don't think there's any way for me to gain any workers, so I'm going to have to pass. So I'll be staying as first player. I'll go for this one. Go for the points. So we're left with Rogue to finish up, and Rogue will spend 3 power to place a bridge. Should place a bridge just here. And then she will use a worker and 2 money to place a dwelling. So she will pass, and she will take so she'll go for the 6 money. Okay, so we then move on to the end of round. We'll do our cleanup. And money on these. Not that it matters because no one's going to take any more, but never mind. And then each person gets a worker for every 2 points they have on the fire track. So that'll be 3 workers for Rogue and 1 worker for me. And that is the end of round 5. So we'll just flip this over. Income, I will be getting 10 workers. One priest. Six money. And 6 power. And Rogue will get 7 workers. 1 priest. 11 money. Actually 17 money. And 6 power. Okay, and that's the income phase complete, so we move on to our actions. And I'm player 1, so my actions will be first. And the first thing I want to do is spend 2 workers and 6 money to upgrade a dwelling to a trading post. And then Rogue is going to use her terraform ability to terraform this water space here. And we'll pay 1 worker and 2 coins to put a dwelling there. Which brings it back round to me. And I'm going to pay 2 workers and 5 money to upgrade a trading house. Oh, and I should have got 3 victory points for building that trading house. 1, 2, 3. Which I'm now obviously upgrading to a temple, which means I gain a favour tile. And I'm going to take the favour tile that will give me 3 in blue. Cult track. 1, 2, 3. So back round to Rogue. And Rogue is going to use 3 workers to do a dig. And she'll convert this red space here and pay 2 money in a worker to place a dwelling. And then my go. And I'm running short on money here. I'm going to use 3 workers to do a dig. And I'll convert this here. And then it's Rogue's go. And Rogue is going to pay
2 workers and 5 money to upgrade a trading house to a temple. And she'll do this one here. Gains her nothing. But I can gain free power for 2 XP. So I'm going to do that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Rogue gets a favour tile, and she is going to take... She's going to take the same she took before. That will give her 1 point in blue and 3 victory points every time she builds a trade house. And that will give her 2 power. And so now it's back round to me. I'm going to use my ability to place a green, and that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which due to my favour tile here is enough for a town, which will automatically give me 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for being witches. And what do I then want? Nothing's going to help me a huge amount, so I'm going to take the one that will give me a priest. And it will give me 9 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I get a priest. And now it's Rogue's go. And what does Rogue want to do? Rogue will pay 3 money and 2 workers to upgrade a dwelling to a trade house, and she can do this one just here, which means I can gain 3 power for 2 victory points. So I'm going to do that, and Rogue will gain 9 victory points for that, putting her up to 70. And I'm going to spend 4 power to get 7 money. And then we're back round to Rogue, who is going to use 1 worker and 2 money to place a dwelling. And back round to me, and I'm going to use 4 workers and a priest to increase my shipping, which will give me 2 points. And it's Rogue. Rogue has a priest left, and that's pretty much it. So Rogue is going to put that priest on the air so that she's on that track. Okay, and then it's back round to me. I think I'm going to use my priest on one of the tracks here. I'm going to go on the water track 1, 2, which will gain me 2 power. And now it's Rogue again. We'll sacrifice 2 power to transfer 2 power. And then we'll spend 4 power on getting 2 workers. And it's back round to me, and all I have is money, have a bit of power. So what I'm going to do is sacrifice 1 power to transfer 1, and then spend 3 power to gain a priest. And then Rogue will spend 2 workers and 5 money to upgrade trading post to a temple, and that will give me 1 power. And then Rogue gets a favour tile, and she's going to go for the 2 in water. 1, 2, which gives her 2 power. And it's now my go, and I'm going to use this priest to go up 2 in the water track. 1, 2, which will gain me 2 power. And then we're back round to Rogue. And Rogue will sacrifice a power to move a power.
and then spend 1 power to get 1 coin. And she will then pass. So I'll sacrifice a power to move a power, and then I'll transfer that to be 1 gold, and I will pass. And there is no end of round, so it's now the end of game scoring. So firstly, let's do resources. So you get a victory point per 3 coins. Now I have 10 money here and no other resources, so that will give me 3 victory points. Rogue has 3 coins and no other resources, so she'll get 1 victory point. Then let's look at land. Well, I have 1 sailing, so all of mine are connected except for this guy over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I've got 13 connected. Rogue has this bridge here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. She beat me out by 1 structure. Okay, so Rogue will get 18 points, which will put her on 89. And I'll get 12 points, which will put me on 92. Then we'll look at the cult track. So on the fire track here, Rogue has the most and I have the second most. So Rogue will get 8 points, putting her on 97, and I'll get 4 points, putting me on 96. So Rogue has taken the lead. And the water track here, I think we're going to reverse that because I get 8 points, which puts me on 104, and Rogue gets 4 points, which puts her on 101. Then we got the earth track. Rogue will get 8, putting her on 109, and I'll get 4, putting me on 108. And then finally we have the air track here, and I get 8 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm on 116, and Rogue gets 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Putting Rogue on 113. So I have won and beaten Rogue by 3 points. What a close game. And that is Terra Mystica. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please do check out the rest of my videos on the channel, as well as subscribing to the channel and sharing the channel with your friends and family. And please do also check us out on social media. We are on Facebook and also on Twitter. And as always, thanks for watching, and bye for now.